Hey there gang, Tom from EnduroWiki here talking about this 24 beta 300RR Race Edition again. This is a little bit of onboard footage from the day out. We've got roughly 110, 115 miles of pretty much this, all single track, all tight wood stuff. A little bit of haul road riding to get here and there, but I would say no more than about maybe 10 miles or so, 15 miles or so of that. Very, very smooth. We've yet to respring it. Our suspension goes into Evo in a couple of days here, and we will hopefully be getting some really good tuning done. We're just kind of showing how the bike's handling right now. It feels very, very smooth, very well set up. Mind you, it's not set for my weight. I did set the sag, so it's roughly
About the 5th Mylar balloon today.
Noticing the balloons there. A lot of Mylar balloons hanging in the trees out here, don't know why. But no, the suspension's set up about 100 millimeters of travel. Nothing crazy. We're definitely over the weight on the spring there. I'm about a 250-pound rider with all my gear on. And just not quite sprung right. But out of the box, these KYBs are fantastic valve shocks. I mean, the factory settings, I could absolutely live with them, but the guys down at Evo said they can do even better, so I kind of want to see what that's all about and how much better it can get. This section here looks like the mountain bike crews are putting in, so we've been kind of trying to run some of it upwards. We're very cautious so as not to spin and tear up what they have. I'm not a spin rider either. If I'm breaking traction, something's wrong. It's a greasy day. Today is not too greasy. Traction
I don't know if I can make that happen.
an absolute premium here. So we're just kind of out trolling around and having some fun. A lot of the trail is dual use. 95% of it we cut a long time ago. And they're just kind of push brooming and cleaning up and putting some connector lines in here and there. So it's nice we get to share the mountain, the area of it that hasn't been reclaimed over and changed over to.
Woo!
I know it's kind of weird to just sit here and kind of watch your own riding footage and trying to repick the lines that you would have chosen. I had been able to do it a second time, but it seems like it doesn't bottom out a lot. It doesn't. I mean, it's obviously I'm running the suspension at its full stroke with being over the weight of the capacity from the factory setup springs, but I don't think I ever felt it bottom out like most people would feel on a overweighted spring. So I'm not sure are the dampeners like really soft in them that I'm hitting and I'm not hearing it, but I remember years and years and years ago hearing like the metal clank that you would hear when you'd bottom out stuff, but that was also coming from a Yamaha world. That was 2002 to 2010 technology, so it's really hard to gauge what's actually happening. Just a little bit of riding around. Hopefully you can hear how the engine lugs and bones. I'm not much of a screamy throttle down. It's just amazing how well this thing pulls. Just taking a nice relaxed ride. I'm not out trying to scream around and show off all of our speed and pace. I'm not really a fast rider per se. I'm more of a technical rider. I'd much sooner do warlock turns all day than screaming and sliding through berms. It's just my style. But taking a much even slower pace than that today just to kind of see how things are. Noticing that the trees in the way of the normal line there. Waiting up for one of our... Let's get caught up here. majority of the day, with this being a counterbalanced engine, I noticed it is so smooth that I continuously find myself riding, I don't know if it's because of that, but riding a gear higher than I usually would. And I think that has a lot to do with the amount of torque that this engine's producing. And we didn't talk about it before intentionally, the counterbalancing of this engine. It is so glassy smooth. It's almost not even knowing you're on a two-stroke. I mean, I come from a four-stroke world, unfortunately, so I don't remember the two-strokes of yesteryear, which are screamy RM 125s and stuff, but it's very smooth compared to the 14 and 17 beta platform that we were on before. Not that it was a bad platform, I had a lot of vibration complaints, but it's just unbelievable how smooth an engine can be. Just playing around, putting around. I'm going to try to let the audio pretty low in this, that way you can kind of listen to, hear the sounds the bike is making. I love how the GoPro does stuff no justice. This hill was steep, greasy, lots of little rocks underneath that all came free as we're trying to go up. Really neat little place to play around and go up and down. But again, the GoPro does this absolutely no justice of what any of this stuff really looks like in real life. I don't know why I do this thing and I hold my breath and now you hear me panting for my life. In fact, I'm doing it right now for whatever reason. I'm holding my breath and trying not to breathe into the mic, as for whatever reason I have this thing about me. I just hold my breath all the time.
And the squid is me.
Yes, I was definitely the squid today. It was just a day puttering around here. It's mid-afternoon, end of March, mid-end of March. We're 17th, 16th, somewhere in there. And man, it's a beautiful day out. We got about an inch of rain the day before, but by 2, 3, 4 p.m. the trails were getting really primo here. It's just barely tacky. And you can hear me panting for my life, because I don't know, do I think I'm gonna get better views if I hold my breath, or what it's gonna be? But enough about me. The bike is really handling the rocks very well. The suspension just really rebounds well. You're not being flung everywhere. I'm kind of taking a very light-handed approach to how I'm holding on to the bike. A lot less concern with being chucked off track. This is also Kenda gnarly in the back. I'll have to put a link in below what the tires were running in the front. We were running the Ibex fronts, and then this is proven to be even nicer than the Ibex fronts. I'm sure Bruce will comment in the comments what it is. He's the one that told me about it from Mile Hill Cycle. Bruce is a fantastic resource for getting these bikes set up for this sort of technical wood riding. I'm not much of a all road rider, or even flowy single track kind of feels like cheating. Some of the trail was blocked there, so I was trying to figure out a way to get around it. The second I turn the camera, I feel like we missed a whole bunch of little section in the woods here. I know there's a dump in somewhere here. We're just trying to find our way back to it. falls asleep right then and there because you're death gripping and trying to keep yourself hyper-focused so you don't miss any good bits. Yeah, I noticed a section there. That's for sure. Ribbon seems to be a little missing here. I know where we're going, know the general area. Might be off the trail a little bit. Yeah, there was down there. I remember passing it. And then flailing around like an idiot. Jeff's wondering what the hell I'm doing up here. There we go, now we're back on the line. That's what you want to see. No real ribbon in here anymore. I believe it's called Dog Trail. One of the very older pieces of trail that I remember in this area. Something is really starting to irk me as I see a lot of cheater routes around the obstacles. As somebody that puts in many weeks of work a year as well on these trails, I'm not saying I cut this one, I certainly did not. I do remember some of the gentlemen that I believe did cut this.
It's gonna start getting bad soon.
Yeah, just letting them know it's gonna start getting rougher. You spend your whole day seeing an awesome obstacle as you're hiking in the woods. You spend all this time putting a tag out to get everyone out to it, find a good angle, put all the work in, get all the little saplings cut out, ready to go if you have to get a good line for it. And then you have people with this theory that everybody should be able to ride every trail out there, putting in cheater tag lines around stuff, and that's not cool. That really needs to stop. In fact, I really think that we as a community need to stand together against some of that stuff. Not every trail is meant for every rider. It's a reward system. The more time you put in, the more talented you get, the better the trails you get to enjoy. I don't think every trail needs to be cut for every single rider. I began riding these trails when I was a very novice rider, and I'd go very slow and take my time and concern myself with not spinning and going out of control and having a good pace that I can keep and maintain.
Who knows? Here we go.
We'll stop to gab there a little bit. I had to mix some of that out. I am a gabber. If you've ever ridden with me, you know. Yeah, this work gets good. The meat and potatoes of the trail here. You'd never know it, but I prefer uphill to downhill.
I'm dead tired coming into this. This is a good combination. Nice. And drop. Nice job, Jeff.